Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and this is my review of TRON Legacy. So, I don't know, a week or so ago on Red Letter Media, it was Jay and the bald guy whose name I can never remember, but I always like him, and they were talking about, they were supposed to talk about TRON, but they kept talking about TRON Legacy because they had both seen both of them. And you could tell they liked TRON Legacy a lot more, so they just kept steering it towards talking about TRON Legacy, and then it was just basically entirely about TRON Legacy. So I have seen TRON, in little bits and pieces, like on whatever, HBO back in the day, and I think I finally watched it all the way through like 10 years ago. And I was like the target age for that when it came out. I remember the toys, which were actually pretty cool. And especially the video game. The arcade video game was amazing. I mean, if I remember correctly, it was 4 different games in one, what do they call it, a cabinet. And the cabinet, if I remember correctly, it was larger. But the other thing that was cool is I think they matched it so it looked like the cabinet in the movie. So, all that stuff put together was pretty cool. And then you watch the movie and it's just kind of excruciating. It became a cult hit mainly just because it had like 3D effect, probably just the light bikes scene, you got computer technology in a movie in whatever 1981 or so. It became one of those movies that like every quote geek had to pretend to like, but barely anyone had actually made it all the way through it. So then, like, almost 30 years later, 30 years later, they make a sequel / soft reboot / whatever. Here's the thing about this movie. I imagine... So I liked the movie. I really liked it. And everyone I talked to, everyone has, like, very positive memories of this movie. It must have been absolutely excruciating to read the script. It is the most generic script of anything. It's like you put Joseph Campbell's The Hero Journey, or what is it called? The Hero's Journey? The Hero with 1,000 Faces. And you just translated that in and out of different languages on Google Translate, and then you translated it back into English at the end. I mean, the hero is hero. The hero has to learn about life and overcome adversity. The father and son are separated and then they get back together. The person you think is good is bad. The woman has a secret thing that she's besides a woman. Bad guy defeated. Evil army evil. I cannot imagine reading this script. But the movie is actually quite enjoyable, and I actually am going to watch it again, or more precisely, I'm going to listen to it. I watched it on a flight, most of it, and everyone always talks about like the score, the soundtrack. Jay, he was talking about they have this thing called review where they watch movies again. He said he just plays it just like in the background of his house. So I'm going to listen to that. So it's about Flynn's son, Sam, who's super cool and rides motorcycles and jumps off buildings backwards, and he's like, he gives away stuff for free because it, like, whatever. Like, he's just cool guy. He's cool guy who is very slightly troubled, and also a genius, and everything's fine. The company Encom has grown from a video game company to everything. It's funny that the sequel. So getting back to the script, I think I know what happened. They were like, look, it was a bunch of executives who were probably like 4 when the original movie came out. They're like, people have heard of TRON. They know TRON exists. We're gonna do a TRON movie. This needs to be the most normie-proofed movie ever. There can be nothing technological, like, it's just all visuals and the simplest script ever. So yeah, sure, why wouldn't a video game company end up doing operating systems and basically turning into Microsoft? Whatever, fine. And then also, yeah, you can go into the server room and then release the new operating system from inside their... Oh, yeah, fine, whatever. It's fine. Nothing matters. The point is, Sam is a cool guy who is cool. He's a little troubled, but not so troubled. He can't use gel in his hair and give himself like a really cool hairdo. He lives in the most awesome bachelor pad you've ever seen. Okay, so one of the things that's so great about this movie is it realizes that this is a visual medium, movies, and let's make everything look great. What do I mean by everything? Everything. Every single thing looks amazing. The beat up couch in Sam's bachelor pad, which is like the coolest bachelor pad you've ever seen. It's like an abandoned, not even like a warehouse. It's like some place it would be like a pump house or something like that by the river. And it's like all brick on two sides. It's all glass on the other side. You see like even like the beat up couch his dog sits on is the coolest couch you've ever seen. He's got the coolest jacket. He's got the coolest hair. His dog's cool. Everything's cool. So then they get a page from the arcade that his dad used to own. From an arcade to a video game company to Microsoft, whatever. It's all computers. They're all connected on the information superhighway. So he goes there and two things. Even though the script is beyond bare bones, everything looks absolutely amazing. And then the director, Joseph Kosinski, he's doing the new Top Gun movie, which blows my mind because I just assumed it was Christopher McQuarrie doing it. All the promotional stuff has Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise. But no, it's this guy John Krasinski. He hasn't done a lot of movies. He did TRON. He did Oblivion, which I absolutely hate. But again, everything in Oblivion looked awesome. He did Only the Brave. It was like a firefighting movie, and now he's doing Top Gun. Okay. But the emotional beats are good. Like there'll be just scenes of people just emotionally reacting to things and giving very good portrayals of things that don't really make sense. I miss my dad who disappeared 30 years ago, but I'm also conflicted but my hair's super cool, bro. It's called dry mousse, okay? And once you start using it, you're gonna wonder. So he gets zapped into the grid, which is, well, it was the inside of a computer before, and now it seems to be like a freaking just one chip that doesn't even have to be plugged into anything. At the end, he wears it around his neck. But then he goes down there, and we meet probably the one glaring problem of this is that they had the de-aging. This movie's from 2010, and they do the de-aging on Jeff Bridges, and it is so bad. Now, I feel like there should have been one line of dialogue where they just say, you have the old Jeff Bridges, and he's like, yeah, the Clue's a copy of me, but he's not a very good copy. I mean, you can just look at his face. He's completely off. And then it would have been like, we get it. You tried the de-aging thing and it didn't quite work. And the de-aged, it's not like, remember X-Men Last Stand where they de-aged Patrick Stewart, and it was like okay-ish, but it was only in 3 shots. Oh no, he's in 40 or 50 shots in this movie. It's very awkward. So yeah, Clue is villain. They should have just called him Villain, who's doing bad things with evil. He wants to escape into the real world. Although everything, I gotta say, they move things at a good clip to, even when I got confused, my brain just went, oh, it's Tron. Nobody really cares about Tron except for that Tron guy they used to have on Tosh.0. But you have the disc on the back, and it's where your program is, but you also throw it at people and you just bounce it off everything. I feel like you should be more careful with it. I'm also not sure what happens, because at one point, real people have them too. Real people have these discs, their programs, but then people get their discs stolen and they still exist. I don't know. It looks cool when you throw the disc, and Sam gets put into the world, and just right away he's the most amazing fighter. But and they just do these super long, cool, the arena, and then the light bikes, and then at the end there's a really cool bit with jets. And the movie is kind of trash, but it's just like I just kept thinking, it's like I like this movie, and I don't mean like I like a movie, like I like it like it's a person. I want to hang out with this movie and watch better movies. It's like, hey, what's up, Tron Legacy? They're like, sup, bro? You rocking that dry moose, aren't you? He's like, yeah, man, freaking killing it over here. How you doing? It's like, I'm pretty good. Hey, do you want to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? He's like, can I bring my girl? You're like, you can definitely bring your girl. You can bring her, and then you can leave. Oh my gosh, Quora is so beautiful, and she's also a perfect example of how to do a female hero. So, you know, it's Tron. Now, it's kind of funny because Tron was the character in the first one, and he's barely in the second one. In fact, Jay was theorizing that this was like a last-minute change of dialogue to say this one bad guy, Rinsler, is actually Tron. By the way, again, I have to emphasize how cool every single thing in this, like, it is a frick. This is, you know, if you got like a Best Buy, this is a movie you put up on the screen, editing out all the DH Jeff Bridges shots, and just everything looks so freaking, I mean, literally just Rinsler's helmet looks cool. They've got like all these great actors. Michael Sheen is in it in a really fun role, but specifically Quora. You know, they got, even though it's Sam Flynn, not Tron, and Tron is barely in this, Sam Flynn is the hero. They're like, we gotta have a girl in there for the girls, and she's awesome. She's beautiful. She's cool. She's fun. She's pleasant. She has an interesting story. She's really good at emotional scenes. She's really good at action scenes. You know, when I was reading like the production, they kept saying they want to like separate this from The Matrix, and there are obvious comparisons of Sam to Neo, and then Quora to Trinity. And Trinity is a really great character, but ultimately she's fairly simple and just support. Whereas Quora gets more interesting as time goes by, and her importance is even increased. So, again, this is a movie that basically everyone likes, but it's just Tron is just dumb. Like, nothing Tron can be that good because it's just like this stupid, like, it's like a dumber version of the Wizard of Oz. It's like, yo, what's up? My computer, this little guy's down there on little motorcycles. It's crazy. I didn't even know about that stuff. It's unbelievable. It's so stupid. It would just be better if they just made it magic. So anyway, thanks for watching. Go watch a really cool movie with Tron Legacy. Just have the DVD case just next to you, just rocking, super cool dry moose. And anyway, thanks for watching. The next video I will be doing is Picard episode 2. Thanks, bye.